today's video, we're going to take care of a couple of things that I've had problems with as I've been working on my car. When I put this new steering wheel in, there are pins that go on the steering wheel hub that help cancel the turn signal. And I didn't install those. I wasn't even paying attention to that. So let's get those put in there. And then I also need to put some dielectric grease on the back side of that hub so that the horn contacts have something to slide on, but it'll still conduct if I ever need to use the horn. I also have to put in, I bought some bulbs. An older video I did, I bought some aftermarket, some kind of bulb that was supposed to be brighter for the stock option in the dash. And I struggled with getting those to work. I ended up just skipping it. And I decided to let's just spend a couple more bucks and get the right bulbs. So I ordered a set. It comes with the two blinker bulbs in the dash, the high beam, and then just the bulbs that light up. The one thing that I think these 66 Mustangs, and maybe even the 65 as well, the dash lights on the instrument cluster are a little dim. I'm not looking for them to be spotlight bright, but brighter than what they are. So I'll get those done. And then I also, I only had one screw holding that instrument cluster in the previous video, so I got some more hardware to hopefully mount that a little more secure. And the last thing I want to do is on the mirror on the passenger side that I had installed in the previous video, I commented on how poor the vision is, and it's better than nothing, but it's such a, from the position that I'm looking at through the mirror, it's such a narrow angle of view, or you know, angle of field, whatever you call that, and it's hard to really see anything. It's better than nothing, but it's not good enough. So I bought a convex mirror that's the diameter of the glass here, and we'll stick that on and hopefully that will help. So let's get started. So like I mentioned, so here's the pins. These two little pins were included in that steering wheel kit, and I just didn't see them, and so we'll put those in there, and that'll help cancel the turn signals when I'm turning. Here's that hardware for the bezel instrument cluster, so hopefully I can get those installed and secure that instrument bezel a little better. The bulbs that we're going to put in there, again, you can see that we've got high beam, just the dash lights, and then the two blinkers, so this should be a little bit brighter. The dielectric grease for the steering wheel hub, and then the that convex mirror for putting this on the car. If you probably remember, if you saw my last video, I busted the head off of the T-handle here inside one of the fasteners. I had to cut it out, and it was a mess, and so we're going to try to skip that today and hopefully not have that same problem. And something that's important when you do this, it's good to have the steering wheel straight, you know, make sure the wheels are straight, because when you take this off, you may lose the position of the wheel. For example, this wheel actually has to be right there, because the wheel is straight, or the tires are straight, but it was sitting like this, so I was off by one. So I'm gonna mark that this is the top, just right top on here. And that reminds me where it is, and then also mark the steering shaft inside here. Okay, so this is a 15/16 nut on here. So you should be able to just, yeah, there we go. Doesn't take much just to break that free. Just a light tap on the back gets this off. Now these terminals are live on here, so you're going to want to be careful of that. In here, this copper pathway is what the terminals ride on, and that's where we're going to want to put that dielectric grease. Just have something to slide on there. And then inside there's two little holes here. That's where we want to put those pins are in the right place for canceling the turn signal. Before I put the steering wheel back on, this is a good time to take this off so I can get, because the steering wheel, now that it's not in the way, I can get through here and put those bulbs in and get those fasteners in. Okay, on mine, I have to remove this tack out of the way. So we can just unscrew this and then just let it hang down, because that's fine. And then in this car, I've only got the one screw holding this up. So to get to these bulbs, you can undo the speedometer cable back here. Mine, the way that it's right, is so short that it's really kind of a pain to get it back in there. So I'm gonna see if I can do these bulbs by just turning this enough to the side to get these bulbs in. So we're gonna start with the easy ones. We're gonna do the two blinker bulbs. And they just pop out the back of the instrument cluster, and then the bulbs, you just push it and twist and they'll come right out. There's two little bumps on here that you're going to want to align inside here when you're putting these in. Push in and twist. Now, granted, they need to be ground. Okay, and the bulb fell out inside the dash. Okay, I guess we got to take the speedometer cable out. So far, I'm not having any luck. So this thing has to ground. This has to ground to the back side of this for it to blink. Right now I'm struggling with getting the bulb to stay in there. Actually, probably doesn't help when the head of it twists off. And that's two sets of bulbs down the drain. Let's just see if even the other one works. This is really unfortunate. Okay, well that one works, so that's good, and that's really bright. So, gosh, hopefully I didn't ruin this. Let's try it on the other side. No, I probably ruined that bulb, this little LED bulb. Trying to install that, I think I twisted the, yep, well. Okay, so I guess we'll just use the old one for now. I can come back and put a new one in down the road if they can even sell me one bulb. Okay, the next one is the high beam, and that's here in the center. It's amazing to me how difficult it is to install these. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay, and the other bulbs are just the dash light bulbs. We've got 4 of those. All right, we're gonna scrap that. I'm having a hard time with these bulbs. One of them broke, which is really just unfortunate. The little nubs on the sides that grab into the cup of where the light plugs in, but just not long enough. The ones on the stock bulbs are taller, or they stick out farther, and they reach inside, and when you push in and twist, they grab, and this kit is crap. There's no reason for $30, these bulbs should work. Everything I've bought from them has been pretty good. This, garbage. Okay, so we still need to, so I put all the regular bulbs back in. I still want to put the hardware up here to hold this in place. And if you look inside, there is these little metal clips that are clipped up inside the dash, and there is some pieces there, missing one over there. So I'll need to add one there, and then I've got the correct length fasteners to reach up inside there and grab those. So let's get that put in. This is just a specially designed piece, and the way it fits inside there is actually this way, up in the dash like that. So up here, there. That's in place, that one's there, and that one's there. And then we're gonna just need, I only had one fastener. This came with enough fasteners to finish this out, so I now have enough. Okay, now I gotta put that speedometer cable back on. Oh man. Whew. Okay. We should be able to put this back in, utilize the screws that we got. Yay! All right. All right. Much better. Okay, so we can put this back up. Okay, and now for this, we need to go press those pins in this hub real quick. So here are those little split pins, and we're just gonna go ahead and push them in here, and we don't need to sink them all the way down, and that's just enough for it to cancel the turn signal when the steering wheel rotates. So before we put this on there, let's get that grease on here. We don't need much, just enough to grease up these tracks, and try not to get any on the, so that it bridges the other side. Just put some on the terminals here. All right. So, I can't do it with the car positioned. I need to be driving. Okay, so now we can put the steering wheel back on, but before we do that, let's hook up the horn. The terminals don't matter, which wire goes into which one. There we go. That still works, that's good. Oops. All right. Those are tightened down, horn works. We're good. All right, the last piece of today's puzzle is this convex mirror that we're gonna put on here, and I got fortunate that this size is the same size as this mirror. So we just pull this off of here, and this should just go right on here, just kind of center as best you can. There. So, now it's a little dirty, but this will work a lot better for seeing out this mirror. All right. Well, that'll take care of that. Got the steering wheel straightened out. We got the dielectric grease on the horn contacts. We got the turn signal cancel pins put in. The hardware for the instrument cluster is a little bit better. This is a little more secure, I like that. It's really too bad about those dash bulbs. That's the second time I've struck out. I'm just gonna give up on that. I'm just gonna deal with the dim bulbs. And I can already see, wow, that is actually a lot better looking at that mirror. The only thing that's left is go drive the car. Thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you in the next one.